Alright, yo, welcome back to Retro Rewire. My name is JJ. We're back at the Honjo Saitama hard op, and this is part 3. And the name of the game, the score is to try to keep it under 10 US dollars, 1,000 yen. Let's go inside. We're gonna start here in the hard op. And by the way, I'm gonna show what I purchased at the very end of the video, so if you're interested, stick around. And as always, you saw all this hardware. Let's take a closer look, and we're gonna start with these PSPs. And I'm telling you, every time I see one of those blue ones, I kind of tell myself that I really want one. But again, gonna have to wait because of this challenge that I'm kind of doing for myself. And then of course we have the white PlayStation Vitas, almost said PSP there, and there's 5 of them. And actually the Model 2 looks pretty sweet. And as you can see, lots of flavors of DS, 2DS, 3DS, all sorts of goodness here, and they are just fully stocked and loaded. And we have this Wonder Swan for $27.50. That's quite inexpensive, I feel, and that's definitely a handheld that I would like to explore sometime in the near future. And then of course we can't go without the Game Boy. We have the Game Boy Advance in the clamshell and standard format, and then in the back we have a couple flavors of the Game Boy there. A lot of color too, it looks like, from the looks of it. And then we have this Famicom here, and 8,800 yen, and then 13,200 yen for the disc system there. And then of course we have the NEC PC FX for 6,600 yen, and of course a PC Engine. Now the Famicom I thought was a little bit steep, but it does look pretty clean. And of course, look at all these PlayStations. We got some PS1s and PS2 Slims. And guys, I gotta say, the one that really sticks out is gonna be this hot pink business. Now that's kind of cool stuff, man. If that's your boat, that would really, I think that would really kind of stand out in the game room. And then of course we have some Mega Drives for 4,400 yen, and of course a few Dreamcast controllers in the system. And look at the box on the Dreamcast. That thing is freaking clean. And of course, I think this is the highlight here, the Sega Mark III, coming in at 13,200 yen. And I'm gonna zoom up. The camera will take a minute here to focus, but if you hit pause, you can put your translator in and you can see what all is included with this deal. And then we have the original price sticker there, which is a little bit over Ichiman, or 10,000 yen there. And of course we have a Sega Saturn there for 9,900 yen. I felt that was a little bit steep, but it is what it is. It is clean. And then of course we have some VMUs with that hot pink one. Pink must be the flavor of the month. I don't know, because that looks pretty cool. Anyhow, subscribe really helps out the channel, and we're gonna make our way down PlayStation aisle. We're gonna start with PS4 and go all the way down to PlayStation 1. Now with the PS4, I normally don't show too much just because, you know, this system is hot right now. It's selling like crazy still, and of course it's loaded with software. And typically, you don't really necessarily have to go to these kinds of stores, as you can find pretty good deals online as well as locally wherever you may be. But we have this Outward. I'm not sure what this is. It was a North American copy of the game, and I think it was the only one, and that's why I'm showing it. Just a little bit interesting there. And of course we have some Yakuza titles, and as always, got to show off that Biohazard, that Resident Evil goodness. And oh, actually Resident Evil, those are actually the North American variants. I just realized that and watching back, looking at this footage. But then down in the bottom we have this big box of Secret of Mana. I'm not sure what's included with this, but that thing is freaking huge. And I think the little tag said something about a pop-up story. Anyhow, PlayStation 3, definitely want to show that. And then here's just a glimpse of everything we're going to be going down from PS2 to PS1. Alone in the Dark, North American version. Now this game kind of rose in value in the last couple years, and I remember playing it, and it wasn't really, I'll just say it really wasn't my cup of tea at the time, but there it is. And then of course we have Biohazard Armored Core and Bayonetta, Blade Storm, and then we have this strategy type game. Not sure what it is, but that cover looks pretty mean. And these games actually tend to hold their value. Usually I think this one was going up for about 2,000 yen more or less. But yeah, kind of an interesting cover there. And they had a lot of what you would expect to see for the PlayStation 3, and it was kind of cool to see that they had more than a small section. Like we have this EX Troopers here. Now I believe this is a part of the Lost Planet universe, and it's coming in at 330 yen. So that's pretty fairly inexpensive. I think right now the dollar is a lot stronger than the yen. And actually, most hard ops advertise that they do accept US dollars. Of course, you're going to be at the mercy of their exchange rate, but you know, if that's how you want to pay, if you find yourself here once the borders open up, that's definitely one way to do it. And then it was hard to ignore these kind of like adult oriented type games. I don't know, because they had quite a bit in stock of these types of games, and I'm assuming that they're kind of like more adult oriented just by the look of the cover. I could be totally wrong, but I mean, look, you got panty shots in there, so that's definitely kind of like the thing that gives it away. But they had a huge selection of this, and we're going to be taking a look at a lot of these games because, like I said, they actually did take up a lot of shelf space, and it's kind of hard to ignore a lot of these titles. Haven't really played any of these games myself, and I don't really have much interest, as I'm more of a, I guess, a traditional gamer, if you want to call it. But anyhow, PlayStation 2, they had a lot of good PlayStation 2 stuff in stock, like this Ys 1 and 2 Eternal Story. Now, I haven't heard of this one before. I'm well familiar with the Ys franchise, but I'm not 100% versed on all the gameology that's out there under this franchise, but that one looks like it might be a pretty good one. And I wonder if it's kind of similar to the one that's on the PSP, which is Ys Chronicles 1 and 2. And then look at this, the Siren covers. Man, these things look freaking awesome. Again, I have not played this series, but I know that it's kind of like survival horror type of business. And I think the PlayStation 3 also got a port or a sequel. But these covers look freaking amazing, and that's something that would look pretty cool on a poster. As does this Wild Arms Alter Code F. And then, as you can see, it comes with the first guide booklet. And then we have Phase Paradox. Haven't heard of this one before, but it looks like it would have been like a AAA title of some sort. And then, of course, we have Devil Summoner. This was an awesome game. I still have my copy, the North American version. A little bit long for my taste, but definitely worth playing. And then we have Dragoon. This one's definitely new to me, as I have not heard of it before, but it kind of has like some layer vibes. And then we have Seven Samurai 20XX, and I believe this might be based off of an anime. And I'm not sure what this is, but that cover looks interesting. And as you can see, I think it might be some kind of like survival type game, not horror necessarily. And then, of course, our train game. It's always Biohazard and train games on this channel. And then we have like Parappa the Rappa with the Ape Escape Monkey Dude. And it looks like it's some kind of McDonald's things where they're working at McDonald's, at least Parappa, from what I see there. But anyhow, we're going to make our way and look at a few more PlayStation 2 titles. And there we go. See, we have a lot of these like adult-themed, I don't know what you would call these types of games, but like I said, a little bit hard to ignore. And I just wanted to show them off because, you know, some of you might be interested in this kind of stuff. Or not, I don't know, but it's still kind of interesting to see. As you can see, this one is going for 1,100 yen. And I'm not sure what's going on here, but as you can see, I think the pictures speak for themselves. And then we have Sakura Wars here. This is for the PlayStation 2. This is a fairly popular strategy RPG series that I believe started life on the Sega Saturn. Anyhow, PlayStation 1. They had a lot of good stuff here for the PlayStation 1, I felt, and obviously I wasn't able to show everything that they had in stock, but they had this Kowloon's Gate. Haven't seen this one before, but the cover just kind of, I thought it was kind of interesting. And then if you look at the character art there, it kind of reminds me of the character that's in Tekken, the Native American themed character there. I forget her name. It's been a while since I played this. I actually own this. I own a copy of this, but great fighting series. And then of course we have Kingsfield, an early From Software title, and one day I definitely want to play one of the games, one of the early Kingsfield games. I think it might be a little bit interesting. And then we have the Mystery Hospital. I'm not sure what this is about. It's coming in at 550 yen. I don't know if anybody knows. Maybe care to leave a comment to see what that's about. And then we have Kamrai by Namco. And again, I'm not sure what kind of game this is. It might be like an RPG. But then we have First Queen 4, and look at that cover art. That thing looks freaking awesome. Now, a lot of these wizardry type games are fairly pricey in Japan, and they seem to hold their value fairly well. And they all have freaking awesome artwork. But that one probably has a deep language barrier. But we have the Legaia, Dragon Quest 7 there. Tales of Destiny with the spine card. Usually you don't see that. And then I forget the name of this game, published by Victor, but if I'm not mistaken, I think the originally published by Natsume on other platforms. But then we have Kudelka by SNK. This is kind of a unique title for them. And I believe this is like a survival horror type game. And then I'm not sure what the heck this is, but it has a funky 90s cover there with the Statue of Liberty. We have America Odon Ultra Quiz. This might be an interesting game. I don't know. I haven't seen it before, but that cover really stood out. And then we have the trap simulation game Deception by Tecmo. Haven't actually played this one, and not really my cup of tea. I'm more about survival and just killing zombies and whatnot. But then we have another Ausencia, whatever. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but another wizardry type game with freaking awesome artwork. And then we have a kind of like a family type restaurant game. I'm not sure what this is, but I don't know. These games might be pretty fun, but of course there's going to be a language barrier. And then this is a game that I've been seeing. I can't think of the name at the top of my head right now. I'll leave a little marker, but it's a puzzle game that I've been seeing quite a lot. And then we have Alice in Cyberland for 880 yen. Looks kind of interesting here. It looks like it might be like some kind of fighting game or an action type game. And then we have Alundra 2 for 2750. Now, I believe this game flopped as the first one was pretty cool. I have a digital copy that I purchased off of PSN, but I have not tried the sequel. Anyhow, we're going to make our way down to the PlayStation Vita and the PSP. I guess I'm not going to focus too much on both of these platforms, but we'll definitely take a look at a few titles, and definitely feel free to pause if you want a closer look at what they have to offer for the Vita and the PSP. Lots of RPGs. It looks like this system definitely got a lot of love in that regard. And then we have like an AKB. I think that might be like some kind of pop type game. And then, of course, the PSP, we have Valkyria Chronicles 3 there. A couple sports titles. And then we had one North American copy of Pursuit Force Extreme Justice. I believe this might be the sequel, because the original Pursuit Force was like an early launch title, but this one looks like I believe it came later in the PSP's life. But always interesting to see what kind of North American versions of the games they have in the deep, I guess the deep countryside of Japan. Outside of Tokyo, everything seems to be categorized as the countryside and whatnot. But yeah, a lot of interesting titles here. But nothing that really caught my eye. But definitely, I still want to show this to all of you, because I'm not sure. Yeah, some of you guys might be interested in this stuff. But we had a couple limited editions there, and then more of these like adult type of video games, and we'll definitely take a look at a few of them here, because like I said, they were just kind of all over, and particularly in the PlayStation section. Like this, we have this seems to be some kind of idle type of game and whatnot, so I'm not sure how the gameplay kind of unfolds, but there you go. And it's probably loaded with a few extras with that big box. And then here's another one. What is this? Megapoid the music. So this one actually might be like some kind of like music rhythm type of game. But that's going to be it for the PlayStation games, and we're going to take a look at a few figures. They had quite a bit in stock, and I do like to look at the figures every now and then, because I'm usually in the hunt for some figures that are kind of related to like Dragon Ball, of course, like old school games. And I've actually been pretty lucky. I actually found Knight Arthur here from the Makaimura Ghost and Goblin series. Not at this particular location, but definitely at a hard off. And as you can see, all sorts of Dragon Ball figures. And then we have a Cloud there, Final Fantasy VII, and some Mickey Mouse business, and all sorts of other figures that I have no idea where they're from. We have this Shining Hearts Melty, and as you can see, 5,500 yen. And of course, we have the Beast War figures. They actually had quite a bit, as you can see in the baggies there. And Transformers, that might be a cool thing to add to the game room at one point. But as you can see, they had quite a bit, a whole end cap of this goodness of all this cool figure business. But anyhow, let's go ahead and take a look at what I purchased. I purchased the Battle Arena Toshinden 2 Plus for 330 yen, Puzzle Bobble 2 for 330 yen, and of course the Enemy Zero non-lenticular covered version for 330 yen. Pretty happy with these purchases. And yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. The trilogy of the Honjo Saitama hard-off is finished. And please keep a lookout. More episodes are coming. I've been filming at quite a few locations, so I'm looking forward to sharing that footage with all of you. And as always, my name is JJ. Thank you for watching Retro ReWire, and I hope to see you soon. Ciao.